So it's nothing more than legal mumbo jumbo. That's what the Waukesha County DA says about Darrell Brooks and his so-called sovereign citizens legal theories.
The defendant in the Waukesha parade trial let loose with nearly an hour-long rant on Wednesday.
Our Fox 6 investigator Brian Polson back with us live this morning. You know, it was a calm start to week 2, Brian, and then yesterday off the rails again.
Kind of expect the unexpected with Darrell Brooks at this point,
Sure.
right? Since the trial started, Brooks has refused to acknowledge his own name. He said he's a third-party intervener on behalf of his client. He claims to be a sovereign citizen, and he keeps asking all of the witnesses if they've met the state of Wisconsin, which he believes is listed as an improper plaintiff. But on Thursday, as he continued to ask what the judge called frivolous questions out of turn, the judge sent the jury out of the courtroom and allowed Brooks to embark on a meandering diatribe that went on for nearly an hour, 50 full minutes. It started when the judge asked a question, or when he asked the judge a question so bizarre it seemed to catch the judge off guard.
With all respect, I'm merely asking you, do you have the full judicial power of the state, or is this military power?
I'm sorry? I don't understand what you're asking me, sir.
I'm asking, is
And on what legal basis are you making that request?
I'm asking, for the record, is this a common law court or an admiralty court?
Nothing more than legal mumble jumble. He's reading from some typewritten transcript. I can see that from where I'm sitting. I don't know who's giving him these materials, but he has an agenda here. It's to stall, delay, disrupt, intimidate, and it's not going to work.
Waukesha DA Sue Opper, during his rant, Brooks said he doesn't understand the charges against him, and the DA said Brooks is the one who insisted upon representing himself in this trial after firing the lawyers who did all the trial prep for him. She also added one new piece of information. She said Brooks has been locked in his cell for 22 hours a day. She says that's for his protection, so the other inmates there do not inflict physical harm upon him. Sounds like he may not be so well liked within the Waukesha County Jail right now.
During that 50-minute long speech, rant, diatribe, whatever you want to call it yesterday, did it seem like there was one point to you that Brooks was trying to get across to people?
That's the whole thing. There wasn't just one. I mean, there were so many points he made. He insisted the jury's biased, the trial should have been moved, the state's not a proper plaintiff, says he's confused by the charges, he didn't have enough time to prepare. In the end, he did ask for the case to be dismissed. That's the one thing he actually asked for. The judge said she never received a proper motion, but she denied it anyway.
Now, this all happened after, I would say, one of the most powerful testimonies that we've heard so far in this case. We heard from one of the dancing grannies. What did she have to say?
Yeah, it was just after we'd had this whole diatribe happened after you heard from Laura Thien, who was animated but remarkably composed as she described really the horror that unfolded in front of her. She was with the dancing grannies, dancing with the group, when she says the red SUV whizzed past her, cut from right to left through the group, taking out bodies and leaving the ground strewn with dead people and injured people. And she said it looked like she was in a war. She also said the SUV never slowed down after it passed through the group.
I think you can hear some of the frustration in the DA's voice as well, trying to keep this trial on track, trying to continue to call witnesses. Yeah. We did get more witnesses after that rant from Brooks, including the medical examiner, including some other victims. What did we hear from them? Yeah,
the Waukesha County medical examiner and associate medical examiner testified. But jurors also heard from Matthew Witter, who's pastor of Catholic Community of Waukesha. That group was just ahead of the dancing grannies. Father Witter said he was knocked out, and when he came to, he attended to a few others from his group who were hurt. We also heard from Lucas Hallmark, who was a Waukesha police detective, but he wasn't called as a detective. He was at the parade with his wife and 4 kids. One of his 4 kids was knocked out, and he said he threw his 3-year-old son to the ground just trying to pull him out of the path of the SUV. Hallmark actually said he thought when this happened it was a terrorist attack.
Where do we resume today? What are we looking forward to
for
the testimony?
Obviously, the state's bringing more witnesses, and you remember originally they were hoping to wrap up on Thursday or Friday, then Monday, now maybe Tuesday, who knows? I mean, they might still be shooting for Monday, but we're going to hear from more from the state, and they're going to try to get this thing accelerating so they can get to Brooks, who has a dozen witnesses subpoenaed himself.
Okay.
Brian, thank you for continuing to break this down for us. Remember, the trial starts at 9 o'clock.